Hey everyone, Scott Hansen here from NFL Red Zone, and you're watching the Super Fantasy Bros podcast. 1 hour of commercial-free podcasting starts now. Enjoy the show.
Welcome back to the Super Fantasy Bros podcast, brought to you with the Old City Sports Network. Week 9 now fully in the books, and we are on to Week 10, crunch time for fantasy season. No Matt today, as you can see. He will be back next week, but the three of us will hold it down today. Doing a quick preview for Thursday Night Football, as always. Some cap or no cap, talk some of our rankings for this week, and then wrap up with our game picks for each game and trivia with QSIF. If we get some trivia, we shall see. Feel free to drop any start-sit questions in the chat. Try to get to them throughout the episode, and let's just get right into the preview of tonight's game. Panthers at the Bears, kind of a stinker. All of the primetime games this week.
Fight for the number one pick.
Stinkers. The Bears, actually, this is kind of a must-win for them because the Bears own the Panthers pick, so would be huge for them to just get this win, and the Panthers get the number one pick, and they get to take it anyways.
Yeah.
So ugly game, ugly consequences, but always room for fantasy. So let's start with the Panthers. Not really much to love here. Bryce Young, obviously more of like a desperate bye week fill-in at quarterback. But how do you guys feel about Chuba Hubbard and Miles Sanders? Both bye week fill-ins at best.
At best. I'd rather not start Miles Sanders.
Same.
I got Chuba at 25. I'm kind of in.
In on Chuba. That's kind of in. I got Chuba at 27.
All right.
I got Miles Sanders at 36. So Miles Sanders looked a little bit better last week. I think he ended up with like 9 fantasy points, but until he's getting the bulk of the work again, I'm out on him. Chuba seems to still be getting the bulk here, so we'll see how it goes. I don't love either. I think they're both flex options at best or like desperate bye week fill-ins at RB2 if you're running backs on a bye.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of ugly. But they do have one shining fantasy toy here, which is Adam Thielen. Seems to continue to be the main target here, as Q mentioned, not as shiny. Came back down to earth last week. Is he still a top 10 option for this week?
Hell yeah. No, are you out?
I'm in. I have him at 6.
I have him at 8.
Yeah.
Still in.
I got him at 7.
Yeah, you still got to be in. The target share has been monstrous. Last week was his lowest since week 1, and he still had 6 targets. He has 5 catches in every game since week 2. 3 of those games, he has 11 catches. So one of the safest floors in terms of receptions and targets. And then he's got a little bit of touchdown upside as well. 4 touchdowns on the season. I think that could continue this week as well. So, yeah, Adam Thielen locked in, wide receiver 1. Anyone else worth considering here for the Panthers?
I think Hayden Hurst is a sneaky start, and I forget why. I saw something earlier this week.
Yeah, he's quietly been a little bit more involved. Last week he had 7 on 4 targets, but it's really like I think he's in that desperate tier of tight ends. Hasn't done much. But I think the Bears do struggle against tight ends, so that could be favorable. But
32nd against tight ends.
Yeah, so that's the only thing going for him. But they do also kind of sprinkle in Tommy Tremble, so could go either way there. I think Mingo, also a desperate flex at best, just because DJ Chark is out in this one. So opens up a few targets, but still not going to be great. Moving on to the Bears. Same kind of vibe in terms of confidence in fantasy starters, maybe a little bit better here. Justin Fields out, limits the offense a bit. But moving on to the running back, is Donta Foreman a viable spot start this week? Where do you have him ranked?
Sure. I have him at 20. I was just looking at him. 24.
Got him at 23. T-Gots, you might be all in.
I don't want to be biased, man, but I got him at 20. I'll just say it loud and
That's
proud.
fair.
I'm in. He's scoring tonight. Anytime. Lock it in.
Ooh, okay. Kind of like that.
worst defense. Come on.
Yeah, I do kind of like that. Could definitely see Donta Foreman scoring. Khalil Herbert out again, so it seems like it's going to be him and just Roshan Johnson again. But
Yeah, Roshan sucks.
hey, give him a little bit of time. He's young.
Let's be honest.
In terms of right now, yes, he does suck. But he does have a little bit of hope for the future. Just hasn't been used nearly enough to even start to build up any sort of confidence here. So yeah, not the Foreman show. Decent RB2 this week with everybody on a bye. Definitely not a bad spot. DJ Moore, revenge game.
Oh my God.
He should have a chip on his shoulder. Is he a top 20 option this week for you guys?
Is he?
Last against receivers, I mean,
definitely not a great matchup.
I have him at 20.
He's been like, I don't know, 9.
He's saved by that big banana land game.
It's Tyson Bagent kind of destroying my guy.
I know.
He's killing me, man. He's killing me.
He is.
But
I got to see where I have him ranked. But
I still have faith. I'm all in on DJ Moore this week. My bias is showing completely. I have him at 14 in my ranks.
God.
Holy.
Give me him this week. Revenge game. They're feeding him. He's scoring. He hasn't scored since week 5, I think, when he had that 3-touchdown game. So he's due, and it's coming tonight.
He used all of his points up in that
He
game.
did. He used all of them up.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, it hasn't been great lately, but I do think there's a good chance he scores tonight. So I'm in on DJ Moore this week. I think he's a solid wide receiver 2. My bias is probably pushing him towards high-end wide receiver 2, but in general, I still think he's like a mid-tier wide receiver 2.
Yep. He could pop off any game.
I think tonight is a favorable one for him.
All right. I won't say no.
Cole Kmet also been hotter than DJ Moore on this team. Even with Bajan at the helm, is he a top 10 tight end for you guys this week?
I have him at 10.
Hold on.
I got him
Tyson's over Fields.
I also have him at 8.
Yeah, I'm in on Kmet. He's been getting fed 2 touchdowns last week. Obviously, don't think he scores 2 touchdowns again, but definitely a chance at 1, and he's still been involved in terms of target share. He's been getting a healthy target share, so kind of the safety blanket for Bajan. Kmet should be just fine. That's it for this game. Any other questions on this game, definitely feel free to drop them in the chat. We're going to move on to some cap or no cap.
Oh.
First one here. Actually, wait, before we do that.
No, we don't need to do it. Fuck cap or no cap.
Come on, man.
He said fuck as it was going on.
Dude.
He was hating on the cap or no cap, but that's okay. Don't have many here, just one for each position. So for quarterback, cap or no cap, CJ Stroud should be locked in as a top 10 quarterback the rest of the season after last week's incredible performance.
Sorry, no cap. He's
top 10's close.
It's like, do you remember what he did the week before last week?
Come on, man.
Yeah, they had just lost to the Panthers the week before.
And he scored 12 points.
That game as a rookie, that's insane, bro.
Trust me, I know. This last week was insane. He is QB8. I don't know if top 10's there. I might say cap. I think he's top 12.
Oh, over who? Over who? Sam Howell?
I'd have to look at like my whole...
Sam Howell's consistent.
I mean, this week, definitely CJ Stroud is top 10.
You would rather have Sam Howell than CJ Stroud, Q?
Hell yeah. Look at the numbers. Bro. What is CJ Stroud? QB6?
I'd still take Hurts, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar, Burrow, Herbert. What is that, 6? Dak right now might be arguable over him.
Arguable. Trevor
Lawrence still up there. Tua, definitely.
I'm thinking
Jared Goff.
Say Sam Howell right now.
Right, but Tua and Jared Goff. So that's without T-Law. I think that's 8 or 9. He's close. He's really close. He's right there in that tier with, I guess, Sam Howell also. Yeah, it's close. It's close. If Justin Fields comes back, I still take Justin Fields over him if he's healthy. Kyler is now back, who could be munching.
No.
But I'm not going to say that. Not going to say that yet. Not yet. But I am in on Kyler. Don't you worry.
I know.
All right, next cap or no cap. This is Kenneth Walker's last chance to bounce back against the Commanders, or it may be time to panic for Walker owners.
I'd already be panicking. So
Hold on, I need to look at his numbers.
Cap.
I'm pretty sure I'm panicking as is.
I'm saying no cap. I think I'm definitely panicking if he doesn't do it against the Commanders. I'm going to be really
9
nervous.
carries in the last 2 games. Why though?
The game before he was hurt, so he came into that in game limited in practice that week, and then this last week they just got absolutely pooped on by the Ravens. Pooped on. Abandoned the run immediately. Charbonnet did nothing.
You're right.
I think
this is the week.
This has to be the week for all Seahawks.
He's got real bad matchups though coming up.
Yeah, it's not great. This is one where they need to do something.
The Cowboys, the Niners,
the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Definitely want to see a little bit more of the early Kenneth Walker where he was getting like 3 to 4 catches. 1 catch in each of the last 2 weeks is not great. So definitely want him to get more involved in the passing game. Closer to panic than calm here for Kenneth Walker owners.
Yep.
Who would have thought?
Not me. Definitely not me, man.
Of course not you.
I got him in like every league. Next one here. CeeDee Lamb should be considered a top 5 wide receiver rest of the season after the past few weeks where he's been going bonkers.
If everything stays the same, no cap.
Big time, no cap.
I wasn't paying attention at all.
CeeDee Lamb, top 5 rest of the season.
I think ever since there's like
but no cap.
Richard Sherman said that CeeDee Lamb was overrated, and then ever since that he's been going bonkers.
Yeah, he's been going nuts. Unlike when Jerry Jeudy got called out and did absolutely nothing.
He fucking stinks.
He's so bad.
Yeah, he's pretty bad. But yeah, CeeDee Lamb, I think he's top 5 with AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill. Jamar still top 5. Diggs is definitely top 5.
I didn't realize his last 3 games are just insane. 117 yards, 158 yards, 191 yards, and the last 2 games targets are insane as well.
Yeah, that's why I said top 5 rest of the way. He's number 6 on the season right now.
They did just bring in Martavis Bryant, but
stop. That dude's irrelevant. It's like saying, oh, they did also bring in Brandon Cooks in the beginning of the year. He's irrelevant. Martavis Bryant more relevant than Brandon Cooks. And Brandon Cooks is already relevant, so
he's only more relevant because they just talked about him.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you got to stay calm here. Not calm. No cap here. CD top 5. For some reason I went to calm or chaos. That was earlier this week.
Stay calm on CD.
Yeah, I think I might put him number 5 over Jamar.
Yeah.
It's close.
Very close. 5A, 5B.
Yeah, because it's definitely Tyreek, AJ Brown, Diggs, top 3. And I think Keenan is also right there.
Keenan, I wouldn't mind bumping him out, but
yeah. He's definitely slowed down.
He deserves to be at least 6th the lowest.
Yeah, 6th at the very lowest. CD, rock solid. All right, last cap or no cap here. Taysom Hill has solidified himself as a top 10 tight end on a weekly basis with top 5 upside.
No cap. For tight ends, bro, come on.
I have him at 11.
Rest of this week?
Oh, well, this week I have him at 11, but rest of the season, I think he would just stay at 11 for me. I don't think I could put him at 10. Actually, no.
I have 9.
Give me this week to figure it out because I want to see what Kyler does with Trey McBride, and if Trey McBride stinks, I'll put Taysom Hill over him.
I have Taysom Hill over him this week. I have Taysom Hill at 9. Taysom Hill's last 4 games in terms of fantasy, 12.2, 16.8, 22.4, 22.6.
Elite.
He has been, unfortunately, elite. He's tight end 9 on the season. He was pretty irrelevant the first 5 weeks. That's the only thing that scares me is like,
I dropped them. Is
this a little fluky right now that what's going on? But he's been involved so much at this point. He's on the field pretty much half the game. Gotta trust.
It's definitely fluky, but like every tight end's fluky. Everyone.
100%.
I just feel like he has the potential to. This is not his peak. Like, if he were to throw the ball and throw a touchdown, then
you're saying he didn't peak yet.
I think if he was throwing more, he would be an absolute monster. But he's just rushing and I guess receiving. If he starts throwing touchdowns, he might be the best fantasy player
last week.
I believe so. I can't tell if
he did. Yes.
Show.
Yeah, I believe he did. Yeah, one of his touchdowns last week was throwing. I think he had 1 throwing and 1 receiving.
When he starts hitting 30, he's the best fantasy player ever.
Lock him in, Q.
Yeah, he's got to be top 10 tight end. Tight ends stink.
Give me 1 week.
All right, we'll give you
I'm
1
not
week.
hating on him, though.
Me and T-Gods are in on him. Top 10.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess we can answer Gator's question, although he disrespected Josh Dobbs by calling him Joshua Dobbins.
Excuse guys' question.
Would you rather have Purdy for 1 week or Josh Dobbs for 1 week? Clearly, you'd rather have Purdy.
About a trade.
And I'm not giving you Purdy, so I don't know why you're asking, bud.
Who the fuck's Joshua Dobbins?
Yeah.
Jake, is that JK's real first name?
Disrespectful to Josh Dobbs, brother. Disrespectful. All right. Before we do more rankings breakdown, let's do today's sponsor, which is Fanatics. This NFL season, we are partnered with Fanatics, the leading brand for NFL merchandise. We are past the halfway point through the season, and it is now time for the holidays, which means you can go to the link in our bio on all platforms and take advantage of Fanatics sale going on right now using code 24SHIP. You can get up to 70% off site-wide and free shipping. So go out there, get yourself something nice, get your significant other something nice, get your buddy something nice, whatever you got going on. Go to the link in our bio, visit Fanatics, and you can take advantage of that sale. Definitely appreciate it. Helps us out a ton. All right, let's move on to rankings breakdown, starting at the quarterback position. Is Joe Burrow the number 1 QB in your ranks this week since he has been on fire?
No.
Yes. Why? Why not?
Well, just because you have him there doesn't mean just because I don't have him there doesn't mean I don't think he's good. I just don't have him at number 1.
Where do you have him at? 2?
Number 2.
You got Josh Allen at 1?
I do.
I did. I
feel like the Bengals game has the most potential of being a shootout of like most of the games this week.
Yep. Houston obviously beatable if Baker Mayfield can drop 37 on them. So I got Joe Burrow at 1, Josh Allen at 2. Obviously, both still must start quarterbacks. It's not even a thought, but Joe Burrow has moved all the way back up to number 1 somehow, some way. He is there. Obviously, Mahomes and Hurts are on a bye, so that definitely influences
one either way or 2.
All right, well, Hurts would be. Next one here, Jared Goff struggled a bit in his couple of games before the bye, but is he still a top 6 option for you this week?
Is he playing home?
He's at the Chargers. I have him at 5. I'm in on Jared Goff this week.
I have him at 7. He has a juicy matchup, though.
T-Gods? Breaking the split here?
I was looking. I have him at 6.
All right, breaking the split. So, Q, you're close enough. We could say that he's basically a top 6 option. Top 7 for sure. Jared Goff, definitely a solid QB this week, especially with all the players on a bye. Great plug-and-play start, especially against Chargers secondary. Very beatable.
Didn't look like it on Monday, though. But that's because Zach Wilson stinks.
Zach Wilson can make any secondary not look beatable. How about CJ Stroud and Dak? Both had huge performances this past week. Both have been pretty hot. Are they both top 8 options this week for you guys?
They are.
I have Dak at 3.
Oh my God, 3, brother?
Dude, it's
I can make that case too.
Lamar, bro. Okay,
Lamar gets Cleveland scary.
Herbo has been pissing me off. I don't know, but that could be a good game.
I respect that.
That's it. That's all there really is.
Yeah, I got CJ Stroud at 6, Dak at 7. So
do you have Lamar?
I have still Lamar at 3.
What?
Lamar cooked the Browns earlier this year. So yeah, but I'm not scared of the matchup.
Different Browns now.
That was like elite Browns when everyone was like, "Oh my God, they haven't allowed anything," and then Lamar pooped on their heads.
But they're back. Did you see what they did last week to Clayton?
Yeah, Clayton Tune, brother.
Clayton Tune.
Lamar had 32 points against the Browns. 32 fantasy points. He had 2 rushing touchdowns and 2 passing touchdowns. He
is no longer in that state.
Yeah, he has struggled, but this is a perfect get-right game for him against a team he's already cooked once.
I feel like you can't say that about a divisional game against the Browns. Perfect get-right.
This one's at home, though. They're in Baltimore.
It doesn't matter.
Matters a little bit.
They can play in the fucking backyard. Doesn't matter.
I'm still in Lamar.
In Lamar's backyard.
Lamar's going to be fine. But yeah, CJ Stroud and Dak, who we were talking about, also both great starting options this week. Question in the chat: would you trade Dameon Pierce for Romeo Dobbs? Both
That's
kind
like-
of just stinky pieces.
Yeah,
Poop
dude.
for poop.
I was literally going to say poop for a turd.
Yeah, I think I would do it because Dameon Pierce has looked abysmal, and Dobbs has at least looked serviceable.
Yeah,
And C-Mac
Dobbs is like
sucks bad.
Especially if you need a wide receiver, I think I would do it. If you don't need a wide receiver and you still need a running back, maybe I would just hold. But I assume since you're considering it, you probably need wide receiver help. So do it up. Do it up. Kyler Murray's first game back. Is he plug and play right away or still more of a wait and see option at the QB position?
With how bad quarterbacks are this season, you could just throw him in.
Yeah, fuck it.
I'm plugging and playing, baby.
You have
I got him at
nothing to
11.
lose.
What do you guys have him at?
13.
I'm at 14.
He could have been playing the Browns, and you'd probably start him.
Browns is a little bit scarier. I was a little bit nervous last week if I was thinking about starting him. But Atlanta, they just got torched. I think they're a beatable defense at this point. Give me Kyler in this matchup. I think he's startable. I actually have Purdy and Howell both ranked higher, and I have all three on my team, but my bias is still making me start Kyler. So.
God, Sam, you're going to regret that.
I might, but fuck it. I don't care.
You're letting Sam Howell rot on your bench.
Ride or die with my guy.
Swing him, please. I've been asking you all week.
There's a trade in your inbox. You haven't declined yet.
I haven't looked. I literally.
It's been there for 2 days rotting.
You're lying.
Dead ass. You said send something, and then I sent something like a few hours later. You guys accepting on stream? On pod? All right, moving on to running backs. Even with Tommy DeVito leading the Giants offense, Saquon's still a top 10 running back, right?
I don't think so. My rankings aren't loading. He is not. I have him at 12.
Oh my God, Saquon hater.
What do you mean?
Believer.
The team's gonna stink.
They are. They definitely are not great, and it is Dallas, but I feel like Saquon gets up for this game. I feel like this game, it's definitely going to be a blowout, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout right away.
He's going to finish a top 10 running back this week because I'm sure he'll get a million dump offs.
I put him at 6. I'm still in on Saquon.
It's like no non-PPR, he's going to stink.
Yeah, maybe
but
that's
who else is going to get the ball?
Exactly. They have to force feed the run. They have to. So it is what it is. Where do you have Saquon ranked?
Oh,
what do you think about that trade?
I was looking at it. I gotta consult with Cass, but
it's not bad. It's all right.
It's
Saquon's got 77 plus yards the last 4 games too. So kind of like it.
Saquon. I got Saquon at 7.
See, T-Gods is with it. Q's a hater. Q's got him at 12.
Okay.
Oh,
they stink. The Giants stink.
Come on, he's still Saquon.
I don't care. He's gonna stink.
I respect it. He still got us an RB1 option, locked in as an RB1, but me and T-Gods a little bit higher on Saquon than Q. Moving on to Joe Mixon. He's been heating up a bit with the Bengals offense obviously looking better. Is he a top 10 option this week?
God, stop talking about all your people, man.
Sorry, man. A little biased. He is hot. Can't lie. I got him at 8.
I got him at 9.
We saw Rashad White go dummy on him on the Texans, so.
Yeah.
He's not better than Rashad White, but I guess he'll do okay.
Stop. Yeah, please.
Rashad White's kind of nice, man.
Did Joe Mixon put any Rashad White numbers up this year yet?
Like last in terms of like Rashad White's probably a better receiver. I'd probably give you that.
Better overall.
Debatable. Rashad White averages like 3 yards a carry. He just gets volume. Mixon due for a big game and it's coming. Might be this week. Who knows? We all got him top 10, so he's locked in top 10.
Fell off.
Yep.
Fell off early this
year. I'm about to switch him with Saquon.
Okay, that's still top 12.
I'm not moving back one.
Hater. All right, we touched on Tony Pollard's struggles in our episode earlier this week. Has he fallen a bit in your ranks?
Yes.
Where the fuck is he?
I moved him down to 11 outside my top 10.
Dude, yeah, I have him at 10.
I still have him top 6.
Oh my God.
If there's any matchup,
talking about anyone who stinks, you're hating on Saquon and Mixon, and you move up Pollard.
For him to take advantage of, it's this week.
That's disrespectful. Isn't the Giants
really
run defense
me off, Q?
Yeah, I'm about to move him up some more.
He stinks. Actually, no, they're actually really bad against running backs. Giants are 27th.
Yeah, I looked it up.
But
all right, so if Pollard stinks this week,
that's major chaos.
I'm not going to defend him forever.
Yeah, Pollard, still top 12. You're obviously still starting, but I'm nervous. T-Gods is a little bit nervous. Q less nervous. Q still in. Aaron Jones finally bounced back last week. Can we trust him again this week? Is he a top 15 option?
He is.
The fact that you have to ask if he's top 15 means like you can't.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones being around 15 is like.
I had him at like 19 last week. It was ugly.
Yeah, well deserved.
I got him at 14 now, though. He moved me up. I moved him up.
14.
Yeah. I don't think it's a great matchup versus Pittsburgh, but I do still think he's going to be involved, and I do still think this is going to be a competitive game. So Aaron Jones, still top 15. Still a little bit nervous, though, because every Steelers game is like total score of like 25 points. So
yeah,
a little bit nerve-wracking. Aside from when the Texans blew their backs out.
Oh.
Remember that? That was gross. It's like week 4.
Yeah.
It's like 37 to like 10. All right. Last running back question. David Montgomery looks like he's going to be back in the lineup this week for the Lions. How did you rank him and Jahmyr Gibbs, as Jahmyr Gibbs absolutely dominated before the bye week?
I was just looking at Montgomery's numbers, and I'm like, I thought it was Gibbs I was looking at. I was like, I thought he was going off. Why did he have 4 points against Tampa Bay?
You guys be upset if I had Monty over Gibbs?
No, because I do.
Okay, I have Monty at 15, Gibbs at 18.
15 and 19 for me.
I did the
cop out, put them next to each other.
I did put Gibbs in front of him, so it says something.
Barely. It says you're scared that Monty's taking back over.
I just don't want to believe that he will, but I know he's going to.
Yeah,
he's so good, dude. I love him. Monty.
I just feel like, Monty anytime's a smacker this week. Smacker, and it might be low because it's his first week back. Smacking that
1 yard turn.
Smacking that Monty touchdown machine. As long as he's healthy, I still think he's going to be at least 50% of this backfield. I do think Gibbs will be more involved than he was prior to the takeover after Montgomery got hurt, but I still think Montgomery's still going to get a healthy share of carries, and obviously the goal line looks so.
Monty's going to. They had the bye week. They forget everything Gibbs ever did.
Mm-hmm. Both RB2s. We shall see how it shakes out, though. Should be interesting. All right, let's move on to wide receivers. A lot of big wide receivers on a bye this week. So let's just run through our top 5 for this week and how we have them ranked to see who's near the top. Number 1, I have Stephon Diggs.
Yep.
T-Gods?
Yeah, everybody, I'm sure.
Number 2, I have Amon-Ra.
Yep.
Did you move CD up? Who you got at 2?
I don't know. They're all interchangeable, man.
Yeah, definitely. We probably have the same top 5. It just depends on how you have them ranked.
Easily. Would you have Keenan at 5?
No, I have Keenan at 4.
Do you have Jamar at 5?
I have Jamar at 5, yeah. Just because of the back injury.
Okay, and then I guess you have CD and Amon.
Yeah, so I have Amon 2, CD 3, Keenan 4, Jamar 5.
Bro, they're like the most clear-cut top 5.
Yeah.
After that, it's like a whole different tier.
It's like, obviously, that's top 5 this week.
Right.
Do you have the same 5, just different order?
Yeah.
The top, same 5 also?
Yeah. Top 5 is disgusting because of the buys. Like, I have Mike Evans in top 10 and Brandon Ayuk.
Same.
And I have D-Hop at number 10.
I still tanked D-Hop. I don't care. I looked at the ranks. I still swung him down.
Well, I'll never trust DK.
He stresses me out, man.
He'll be in front of DK.
No, I put both of them down. I tanked both because I hate them. Not that I hate them, but I just don't like them right now. I have D-Hop at 18, DK at 19.
My God.
Damn. Where do you have Olave and Garrett Wilson?
See, I have Olave at 9, and I don't love it.
I have Olave.
Still put up numbers.
He doesn't deserve it.
I know, but there's so many people on a buy this week. He just ends up moving into the wide receiver 1 tier, even though he's a mid wide receiver 2. I have Garrett at 12, though. It did move Garrett up. That's actually my next question. Garrett Wilson, without scoring touchdowns, quietly been productive. Did he move up in your ranks? I moved him up to 12.
Yeah, I think I have him at 12 as well. Yep. And Olave at 13.
Ooh, moved Olave down. Yeah, I don't like where I have Olave, but I kind of just left him there because I still like him. But he just...
Remember, Shaheed at 11.
Stop.
Dude, come on.
You got Garrett top 10?
No, I got him at 11.
All right, so you're right there with us.
I can't let my bias.
Yeah, we're right there. Me and Q have him at 12, so right in the same area. Deontay Johnson continues to dominate since coming back. How far has the gap gotten in your ranks between him and Pickens?
Substantial.
Yeah.
I don't even want to rank Pickens at this point. I love how I say that as Geek joins. So he thinks we've just been hating on
him. No, I still like Pickens. I just think obviously it's stressful right now to even consider starting him. Yeah, I moved Deontay Johnson all the way up to 15.
Same, that's where I have.
Me too.
And then Pickens all the way down at 33.
Pickens not ranked.
What do you mean
just
not
kidding.
ranked? You have him somewhere.
I have him outside my top 156. I have Gunnar Oletsky in front of him.
You're such a fraud. T-Gods, where do you have Pickens since you're a sane person?
All the way down 36.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think he's a flex option at best at this point. What's good, bros? What's good, geek? Long time no chat. Who's the better dynasty trade target, Tony Pollard or Ramondre Stevenson? Are you sure about that, Q?
Why is it not?
Pollard's on a way better team. And has been better performing this year.
Has he?
No, he has been struggling. All right, come on. You just had Pollard at 6 and you're defending him.
I'm looking long term.
Long term, I'm still thinking it's Pollard because I don't trust Bill Belichick in general to stick with one running back. He's already half-ditched Ramondre this year.
He's going after this year. He might be going after the Germany game.
Pollard's got a super late schedule.
They're not firing Billy. Please stop.
I promise you. They might leave him in Germany. Guten Tag.
I think for Dynasty in general, I'm still leaning towards Pollard as a better buy than Ramondre.
Same.
I just think the future is a lot brighter in Dallas. It's still going to be consistently good. They may get someone to be kind of like the second fiddle to Pollard, but we've already seen Pollard kind of be good as the second fiddle himself. So
Rico Dowdle
right now. The Ramondre in general, still very talented, but Patriots scary. Their whole franchise is scary.
Yep.
It's okay. They'll have a new coach next year.
You're dreaming, buddy. You're dreaming.
And in about actually a week.
If they fire him midseason, that would be the craziest story of all time.
He'll decide to step away.
That would be the only thing that
makes sense. Germany.
But I think he would still stick out this season. All right. After Deontay, next question. DK and Lockett have been down a bit the last few weeks. Have they slid in your ranks this week also?
Yeah, I hate DK.
This matchup is super juicy, though. So I still have Lockett at 16, and I have DK at 12.
I'm lower on them both. I got DK 19, Lockett 23.
Oh.
Both top 24 options, both
wide
receiver twos. I hope it's a get right game. I don't know which one I really like more. I have them pretty close. They just haven't done it for me this year.
I'll take Lockett.
Lockett's upside has been bigger. DK was a little bit more consistent early on, but neither of them have really snapped aside from Lockett maybe once or twice.
DK stinks.
DK overrated.
DK is dollar store AJ Brown.
I like that take.
That's who they want him to be.
He ain't him.
Or AJ what Brown I thought he would be too.
AJ Brown clears. Question in the chat. Half PPR. Start Chuba, Zach Charbonnet, or Tyjae Spears. Starting Hall as his other running back.
Chuba.
I think it's Chuba easy.
Yeah, you have to start Chuba there. Charbonnet is not getting any clear amount of work whatsoever. Spears has been more involved, but it's obviously still the Derrick Henry show. So,
yeah.
Got to go Chuba there. Haven't seen Spears really be super fantasy relevant since like week 5. So, Chuba's not great, but I think this is probably his best chance to continue to be decent.
Watch, this will be the game Booby goes off.
Stop.
But that will never happen.
Booby going off doesn't exist. I bought all the way in and I'm all the way out.
It did last year.
Yeah, not this year. Not on the Panthers. Moving on, how about Devontae Adams versus the Jets this week? Did he fall out of your top 12?
Yep.
Oh, I got him at 17.
And it's not because
I got him at 17 also.
And I feel like that's kind of generous.
And that is generous. He's been mid. The quarterback stinks. Jets defense is obviously a very tough matchup in general. This team's kind of a dumpster fire. Fired their head coach.
Excuse me? Did you see their win last week?
Yeah, versus Tommy DeVito after Daniel Jones tore his ACL.
undefeated when they fire their coach. They've undefeated the next week.
All right, that's just a feeling stat, but I do kind of feel like that is true.
Look it up. Probably the last team to do it was the Raiders when they had
Rich Bisicki.
And they Bisicki. It's like Bisaccia. and then they like made the playoffs.
Yeah, well, then they didn't even hire that guy, so it shows how much they know.
I know. This is probably the lowest anyone has ever probably ranked Devontae Adams, and it's not his fault.
Yeah, not his fault. I do still think he has a chance to put up numbers in this game, but you're still starting. You really can't bench him because you'll be miserable if you bench him and he does well. And there's still always a chance for Devontae Adams to be Devontae Adams. So, wide receiver 17, lower your expectations, but still worth a start.
I hope there's someone out there who starts Gabe Davis over him and gets burnt.
My God, Gabe Davis.
I'm sure that's like in conversation, maybe for some. Well, maybe not after last week.
Not
Gabe
for me.
Davis.
I got Gabe Davis at 36.
Well,
Bench that man into oblivion, please.
Drop him. Don't let anyone else pick him up.
He stinks, man.
Just put him in like prison.
Fantasy prison. Jesus.
Make him unpickupable.
Lock him as a fantasy option. All right. Last wide receiver question. Texans wide receivers obviously looked great this past week. How did you rank Nico Collins and Tank Dell heading into a big matchup this week versus Cincy?
Both good options. I have Nico at 17. 17 and Tank at 23.
Got him at 20 and 24. T-Guys?
18 and 21.
We are all on the Texans train. They look good. They're both wide receiver 2 options for us. So continue to roll those guys out there. Should have solid weeks. Sticking with the Texans, moving on to tight end, Dalton Schultz dominated last week as well. Is he creeping towards top 5 tight end territory?
What if he's back as Dalton Schultz? I have him at 6. Actually, yeah, let's put him at 5.
I have him at 5.
I remember draft day, and then for the first 3 weeks, Dave had my number because I drafted him right before Pat Freiermuth, and then Pat Freiermuth had a touchdown. So I had the last laugh.
Yeah, Dalton Schultz season. Do you got him top 5?
Yep. No, I got him at 6. I'm sorry.
Close enough. That's fair. Yeah. I have him at 5. I'm in on Dalton Schultz. Got to be all the way in here. The person I have right behind him arguably could definitely be over him. Dalton Kincaid, 26 targets over the past 3 games. Is it time to move him into the top 5?
Yes, he's who I have over him.
I have him in the top 5.
All right, yes, you both have him at 5.
Yeah.
No, I have him at 4.
Over Kittle and Bits?
Yes, I have Kittle at 6.
Oh my goodness. So wait, where do you have Schultz?
5.
Oh, okay, you just moved him up. Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So you have Kincaid at 4. Got it. I have Kittle at 4, but I do have Kincaid at 6. I think it's clear cut. Those are 4, 5, 6 guys. Those kind of look like they're shaping up to be the tier 2 tight ends, where they will finish ahead of the random bunch below, but still
all finish over Kelsey.
Slightly better. Not over Kelsey. That's the worst take you ever had.
He's not finishing top 3.
Stop.
Where is he right now?
Number 1.
He is?
Even after a bad game, he has to still be number 1. There's no way Kelsey's not number 1. Maybe number 2, but I doubt it. Still number 1.
I want to know by how much. I got to look that up.
I can show you in a second.
I know where to go.
I don't need to show you. I don't know why I said show you. I could tell you in a second. Kelsey has 141 points. TJ Hawkinson has 131.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, Mark Andrews, 125. Laporta, 110.
You're not safe, Kelsey.
Komet, 109. Komet Timothy. But yeah.
I finished over him.
Kincaid, Dalton Schultz, very good tight end options this week. Are we more confident starting Trey McBride this week as well with Kyler back in the lineup?
Sure.
I don't know how to feel about him.
I have him at 11.
Obviously, he was going to stink last week.
Yeah, we said that on the pod. We said to avoid him and Hollywood last week. Obviously turned out to be true. They got completely smothered by the Browns defense. So better matchup this week, better quarterback at the helm. The whole team as a whole is getting healthier. I think James Conner also has a chance of being back this week.
Yeah.
Something to keep an eye on. So Cardinals, things are looking up. Obviously, they're not going to be competitive, but Kyler kind of playing for his job. So, yeah.
Dude, and the new Call of Duty just came out, bro. He's punching the air right now.
And he has to start playing football.
Yep.
After rehabbing for a whole year. But yeah, Maybe he's just been playing OG Fortnite for the last week. But yeah, Trey McBride got him at 11. He's a low-end tight end one option. Definitely worth considering. That is it for the rankings breakdown. Let's do our start and sit of the week. Question in the chat, actually, before we do. Missed this one. Should I drop Fournette, Singletary, or Keaton Mitchell for Zach Charbonnet? I think I would drop
Keaton. Maybe just Fournette.
I was thinking
he
Fournette.
stinks.
Yeah. I don't think Fournette's going to ever be super involved. I still think Latavius Murray's going to get half of that secondary work. It's still going to be James Cook getting most of the primary downs work. Fournette might get a touchdown here or there, but at best, Fournette will get 10 points in a fantasy game this year.
Yeah.
Whereas if Kenneth Walker does go down, which he has gone down even last year, Charbonnet is going to jump right into a very solid workload on a good offense. So more valuable to own than Fournette in the long run. Q, start of the week. Who was your start?
Sneaky start of the week with some of these buys. Russell Wilson came his bye. He just came out of his bye. He had a great week 8 against the Chiefs. The Bills have allowed 3 quarterbacks in a row to score at least 24 fantasy points, and maybe that's a skewed number, Sean may say, but the quarterbacks were Mac Jones, Baker, and Joe Burrow. So he is better than 2 of the 3 at least. Also, in Russ's career, he's averaging at least 23 fantasy points coming off a bye in 11 seasons. So that's a large sample size.
Very large. Young Russ.
So yeah, Russ could be a sneaky start. The Bills are not scary, like they once were at the beginning of the season. And also, when I bring up these teams against position stats, they usually go south. I didn't bring up the tight ends against Saints. I won't say who he's matched up against, so maybe that will cancel it out. But yeah, Russ, great start this week.
Yeah, don't hate it. I actually think Russ is definitely a decent option. Do you got sticking with the QB start trend? Who we got?
It's ugly, man. It's ugly. It's Geno Smith. He's playing literally the worst defense against quarterbacks. He just came off a 2-point game. It has to be a get right game. If it's not, and if he poops the bed again, he's 100% droppable. But there's just no way he doesn't score at least
10,
15. 15. It's got to be at least 15. And this is literally my best quarterback option right now. I'm not starting Jordan Love.
That guy.
Will Levis.
Yeah.
I'm starting the guy that's playing the worst defense in the league. So,
yeah.
Biased opinion, maybe.
Levis has a good matchup too this week. You just saw what Stroud did.
I know that's what Cass was saying too, but this game, I don't know. You're probably right. Start Will Levis because I'm wrong always.
Banana Man.
Yeah, but then Poopy Man last week.
Yeah.
First game.
I like Geno this week as well. I have him as a top 12 option. I got him at 12. So Geno definitely is startable. If he's not startable this week, he's never startable again. So I think this has to be the right spot. My start of the week, Hollywood Brown. One obvious reason, Kyler Murray is back at the helm. This will be the best quarterback that he will play with this season. Sorry, Josh Dobbs. I still think Kyler is better than you, even though you did snap for the Vikings this week. That was cool. Still like the Pastronaut. But Hollywood last season with Kyler at the helm started off incredibly well. Had 14.3, 12.8, 28, 20, 21, and 11 in the 6 games he had before going down with an injury. Then Kyler ended up going down with an injury once Hollywood was back. So this is the first time they're playing together since week 6 of last season.
Jesus, D-Hop was on the team still.
Yeah, exactly. And Ertz was still healthy. A lot of different things going on, but Hollywood's still clearly the number 1 target. Still wide receiver 20 on the season, even with Josh Dobbs and Clayton Tune being his quarterbacks this season. Definitely a great start. Definitely a wide receiver 2 option this week. Plug and play Hollywood right away.
Yeah.
Q, back to you for your sit of the week.
Sit of the week, Jacoby Myers. He was saved last week by a rushing touchdown, so not even a receiving touchdown. He's facing the Jets, who are number 1 against receivers, allowing the fewest yards, touchdowns, and fantasy points. If that's not enough to sit him, then I don't know what else is. I would still. It doesn't really affect Devontae Adams. Obviously, we've ranked him lower. So if I'm ranking Devontae Adams lower, I have no faith in all Jacoby Myers. Please find a better option because Aiden O'Connell, there's no way he's going to get eaten alive. That guy stinks.
Yeah, don't like Aiden O'Connell and don't like Jacoby Myers. I like that sit. T-Gods, sit this week. Who we got?
Another person that's on my team. Very easy sit for me. Christian Watson. He has been absolutely abysmal. Sean, am I wrong here?
No, I have him in Dynasty, and I'm starting not to believe anymore. So
it's like, why? There's no reason he should be doing this bad.
There's no reason they shouldn't be getting him 6 targets a game, and they're just not.
I mean, the past 3 weeks, like week 7 and 8, he had 5 targets and 8 targets. Like, it's
And then Jordan Love's also been very inaccurate, so that hurts as well.
This is true. He's not very good.
He's not very him.
No, he's like.
He was like fraudulently good the first few weeks, and since then he's been brutal. So C-Watt definitely good sit.
Jordan Love and C-Watt duo, like I thought that was gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Bad. It's so bad, man.
He scored 1 touchdown since that 4-game stretch when Sean was loving him last year.
I know. Relax.
And it's been like a year.
I've got multiple futures on him to get 6 touchdowns. They're not looking very good.
Oh, dude, they're not smacking.
Not smacking. Not smacking at all, man. Definitely a tough break there, especially since he started the season hurt anyways.
It's only 3 games.
I know. Still hurts. 6 touchdowns. You still need those extra games. But yeah, C-Watt, sit him. Maybe he'll go off and maybe you can start him next week, but it's definitely sit o'clock. I like that. My sit of the week is David Njoku. Definitely just don't really love the matchup at Baltimore. He did do okay in their first game against Baltimore, but a lot of that was in garbage time while they were playing catch up. I do think this one's a little bit closer, but I do still think they lose, and it's going to be more of a low-scoring defensive affair. Don't love David Njoku this week. Also, Watson's still playing, and Njoku's limited as well, so like he's still dealing with a knee issue. So in general, Njoku's actually been quietly very solid, 10-plus points in 4 of his last 5, but I'm benching him this week. I think it's a down week for him. I would rather sit than start.
Yeah.
All right, let's do our game picks. Let's go through the standings real quick. Q continues to dominate, even though I only am taking his standings from the Picks League. And
I didn't make any changes last week, and I almost did, but I said, let me stay faithful.
But you did make changes in the past. So
Once.
Maybe not exactly, but we're going to take it at 89. Me and Matt both at 84. Matt had an absolute stinker, dropped 3 picks last week against me. I don't know how much he had against you, but T-God's right in the mix right behind us as well at 80. So we're all at least 5 behind Q. We have to catch him. We need him to start slipping up. We shall see if that happens. Let's start with Thursday night football. Who do we got tonight, Panthers or the Bears?
Taking the Bears.
Bears.
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears too. DJ Moore revenge game. I'm already all in on that, so I have to be in on the Bears.
DJ Moore was on the Panthers. He would pick the Panthers.
I probably would, but he's not. He's on the Bears, so I'm rooting for Tyson Bagent. Matt also on the Bears. He's not here, but I do have his picks. So
Tyson Bagent winning the job this week with a win.
Just not winning the job. Knock it off. Please stop.
For peanuts.
They'd rather just at least see what they have Justin Fields the rest of the season before they decide to draft Caleb Williams.
Trade Justin Fields for Sam Howell, and the Bears would be a playoff team.
They're not trading him for Sam Howell. They're going to draft Caleb Williams if they're going to do anything.
He stinks too.
I mean, he does kind of stink.
Yes.
Germany
all you guys
game.
in Dynasty tanking for nothing.
Germany game. Colts at the Patriots. Who we got?
Colts.
I'm tanking for Maserati Marv, baby.
I'm thinking.
I'm taking the Colts as well.
I don't know. K-Arp is starting Gardner Minshew this week, so he'll either suck or get hurt, unfortunately.
the tanking thing kind of, that's all I really needed to hear. I'm taking the Colts.
Matt also taking the Colts, so another clean sweep there. Browns at the Ravens.
You know,
QQ getting cute. Q taking DY and the Browns.
I like that defense. Fuck it, I'm taking the Browns. Their defense, those receivers of the Ravens are not good enough to help them win.
Give me the Ravens.
I did have Ravens in CBS. I switched over to Browns. I will lock that in.
Fair. T-Gods Ravens, me Ravens, Q Ravens, Matt also.
No, I'm Browns.
Oh, Q Browns. Sorry. Meant to say Matt Ravens, Q on the Browns.
I have a cushion, so I'll take some risks.
All right. We
Not
like the
5
risks.
though.
Packers at the Steelers. Who we got?
Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers.
Yeah, give me Steel City. I hate the Packers. They're such
Worst
frauds.
5-3 team ever.
The Steelers are basically frauds as well. They never outscored or outran or whatever it is.
Yeah, their offense
yards,
stinks, but their defense is so good. TJ Watt is a different beast. So Steelers it is. Matt's also taking the Steelers. Clean sweep there. Texans at the Bengals. Anyone getting cute?
Bengals. Nah, I can't.
Can't get cute. Bengals are the hottest team probably in the league right now. I'm also taking the Bengals. Matt's also taking the Bengals. So clean sweep again. Saints at the Vikings. Do we believe in the past or not?
I do, but
I do. I'm taking the
the
Vikings.
Saints are bad. I'm taking the Saints.
I'm taking the Saints. Matt's also taking the Saints. T-God's on Vikings Island with the past or not.
Fine.
I think if they had J-Jeff, I would take the Vikings. That just put them over the edge.
That would definitely help. But I just think Saints defense and Saints are so weird, man. They've won and lost so many weird games, but I'm still taking them.
Josh Dobbs is just so smart.
I know. Niners at the Jags. Who we got?
Oh, I want to take the Jags so bad.
Just so the Niners lose 4 in a row.
I hate the Niners, dude.
But I'm going to take the Niners.
I am also taking the Niners. I like the Jags. I love Dougie P. I also love Dougie P off the bye, but I also think the Niners might still be the better team here. And Matt is also taking the Niners. So T-God's back-to-back islands. He could make some moves this week.
I have nothing to lose.
You know what? I like rooting. I like picking the teams that I like to root for, so I will switch to the Jags as well.
Two bulls on the Jags.
Just because I'm going to be on Sunday, I'm going to be hoping the 49ers lose. Why don't I just pick them?
Yeah. Titans at the Bucks.
I'm picking
the Bucks,
who have fallen off, unfortunately.
This is a tight game that the Titans win, though.
It is.
Yeah.
But
Levis.
I'm taking the Bucks. The Bucks are so due. They should have won last week. Obviously, crazy game. I think the Bucks do win. We all take the Bucks. Bucks clean sweep. Falcons at the Cardinals.
Falcons.
Be the Cardinals, man.
Cardinals, baby. Kyler's back. Let's go. Matt's also taking the Cardinals. He was on Falcons Island by himself. Arthur Smith.
Why does Bijan not get the ball like 20 times?
That's why I'm not picking them.
He stinks.
There's Arthur Smith.
He doesn't stink. They have no idea what they're doing.
It's the same thing as Kyle Pitts, man. They just don't like using their good players.
Unreal, dude.
So 3 for the Cardinals, Q on Falcons Island. Lions at the Chargers.
I'm taking the Lions.
I am also taking the Lions. I hate the Chargers.
No, it's just like I remember watching this game. I'm like looking at this game on my phone. I'm like, oh my! Like the Chargers won on Monday, but Justin Herbert pissed me off. So I'm like, I can't keep.
Stinks, man.
It's not
the Chargers are such frauds every year. They can't win against good teams. This is a good team. They're not winning.
They need Josh Palmer back.
They do bad.
But I will take the Chargers. Fuck it.
Wow, Matt with you. So 2 on the Chargers. Me and
we were alone on Monday night.
On Lions Island.
Yep.
Giants at the Cowboys.
Come on, Cowboys.
Yeah. Cowboys. Sweet. I think the spread is 16.5 now.
Yeah, I saw that. That's insane. And it's probably gonna hit.
Yeah, it might actually smack. So Cowboys clearing them. Commanders at the Seahawks.
I'm taking the Seahawks at home.
Yeah, I'll take the Seahawks.
I'm also taking the Seahawks. They are so due for a win. This is definitely a spot where they need one. Matt is on Commanders Island. Yikes.
He's believing in Sam Howell a little too much.
Yeah, a little too much of Sam Howell love there. He's howling at the moon. Sunday night football, we have Jets at the Raiders. Who we got?
I have Jets right now, but I might switch over to Raiders.
Yes,
I am taking Jets as well.
Yeah, yeah, I'll stick with the Jets.
Island,
sorry, brother. We are clean sweeping the Jets here because Matt's also taking the Jets.
I was getting juicy.
No one taking the Raiders.
If they had Jimmy G, I'd probably go Raiders, but they don't.
Jets defense is going to smother that offense, man.
Yeah.
They just smothered Justin Herbert. They're going to destroy Aiden O'Connell.
Do you want me to put the picture up of Aiden O'Connell?
No, that's any dude.
It's him.
It's not him.
On TikTok.
Monday night football, Broncos at the Bills. We got
the Bills.
Yeah, easy clean sweep. Bills. That wraps up the picks for this week. should be another solid week of football. A couple questions in the chat real quick. Should I start James Conner if he plays on Sunday?
Oh.
I'd say
Depends
yes.
over who.
I mean,
That's a big
based
old
on
depends.
with the bye weeks and what running backs look like this week, if James Conner's healthy, I still think he's a top 30 option, if not top
You're
25.
asking to be disappointed.
He was so good before.
To be disappointed.
If he's cleared to play, I'm in on him.
It's gonna be all rusty.
Yeah.
I mean, Kyler's playing. This is a better situation for him.
That doesn't help.
I have him at 28 right now in my ranks. So I still think he's startable. It depends on who your options are, obviously. But I do think he's an option if necessary with the buys. You might be
Where do you
desperate.
get this guy ranked?
Nowhere.
Oh.
Who is that guy? Get off the screen. Not Aiden O'Connell. Another question. Who wins this trade in half PPR? Gus and Hollywood for Deebo Samuel.
Probably the Deebo signed. I'm not a Deebo guy.
I don't know. Even as a Deebo guy, I kind of like Gus and Hollywood the rest of the way.
Yeah, me too.
I get it that you're giving up Gus and Hollywood in hopes for like more of an elite wide receiver, and Deebo obviously has more upside than those guys, but Hollywood with Kyler back, I think, is going to be better for him.
Yeah, I agree. I don't like Deebo. I never did.
I am a big Deebo guy, but he's been banged up this year, and he did have some big games early on, but I don't know if I trust him to even finish the season healthy. So
he has a fracture on his hairline.
Oh, me
hairline
too.
fracture.
He is practicing in full, so he looks like he should be back. I don't hate it. I do think that like that value, like selling high on Gus, is a good option right now. But Hollywood as well.
Carries.
I do think Hollywood and Deebo are pretty close. So if you really believe in Deebo, it's not a bad John. Also, half PPR actually does benefit Deebo more than Hollywood because Hollywood's more of a PPR guy.
Just play full.
Yeah. All right, Q. Do we have any trivia? Did you find anything or not?
I did find a trivia question.
All right. We have a trivia question.
It's not the best because it's.
We'll run it.
I mean, maybe unless one of you guys have this knowledge, but all right. Trivia question is: what are the only single-digit numbers that have not been retired by any team?
Not a clue. Not a single clue.
Not a clue at all.
I'm literally would guess. I would guess.
That's what I'm doing. 32. How many numbers are there?
There's
like how many are not retired? Just two?
Two. So from 0 to 0 because you could be 0 now.
All right, well, definitely 0.
Yeah, 0. It has to. One of them has to be 0.
Yeah, 0 has to be 1. I kind of want to say 3. I feel like no one ever wears
1.
3. Can you picture anyone wearing 3?
Mike Kafka.
Like I can't think of any. Like Russell Wilson, was he 3?
He's 3 now.
Yeah, but like he's obviously his number's not retired. I'm talking about like guys that like even thinking about guys that wear 3 in general. I don't think it's that popular. 5 is definitely 5's definitely retired. I think 9 is probably retired. 8's probably retired somewhere. 6, 7. I'm going 0 and 3.
This question isn't up.
You don't know the answer.
No. I just they don't have 0 on here, but like that obviously makes sense because. But like at 1.0 was a number to pick, so I'm trying to find if there was a guy before it was taken away that was retired 0. But
is there a different? Is it different 2 numbers then?
So 0 not one of them.
It's not on here, but I assume that hasn't been retired if you can wear it.
So there's 3 numbers then if we're including 0.
3, yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go 0, 3. T-God, you said 1.
Let's just go 0, 3, 1, man.
0, 3, 1. Me and T-God are together as a team.
All right.
Geek has 5 in the chat.
All right, so 0. As far as
0,
we know,
1, 3.
The other 2 numbers are 2 and 6.
What?
I couldn't. Who knows? Who was retired? It was obviously a big guess, but you had a 0 to 9 chance or 10.
Yeah. Who the hell retired number 3?
Mike Kafka.
No, they didn't.
Russell Wilson in Seattle.
Bullshit.
Maybe.
3.
There's any old heads that wore number 2. Doug Flutie.
He's not Eddie.
Yeah, he's the only non-Eddie. There's 4 players in the Hall of Fame that wore the number 2. Patty Driscoll, Walt Kiesling, Link Lyman, and Charlie Trippy. Who are those people?
Charlie Trippy, that's
I would
tough,
love to have Charlie
bro.
Trippy on my team.
Dude, that's tough.
That's any name. Mark Sanchez wore number 6. Jim Arnold, Baker, Johnny Hecker, Jay Cutler. Like whose numbers retired there?
Do you remember the picture of Jay Cutler smoking a cig?
I guess there is no one retired at 6. I guess that's why no one wears 6. I guess I didn't think of that.
Could have been Bucks retired 6.
Ew, any Julio wearing 6.
That's all I got.
All right. I guess that is a wrap for this week's episode. That's it for the Week 10 preview. Next week, we'll be back with our Week 10 recap and Week 11 preview. Not too much football season left, so continue to stick with us if you are making this playoff push. We will do our best to help you get there. Again, if you are interested in using Fanatics, please use code 24SHIP, up to 70% off and free shipping. And we are also a part of the Old City Sports Network, as I mentioned earlier. Ton of great podcasts, ton of great sponsors with discounts available, including SeatGeek, local breweries, Beard Oil, beef jerky, whatever you can think of. We probably have a sponsor for it, and you can get some percentage off your order. And as always, make sure to follow Super Fantasy Bros on all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We are everywhere. Throw us a 5-star rating on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as well. That definitely helps us grow. See you guys next week. Good luck in Week 10.